What part of your work right now energizes you the most?
I think one of the things is to find out a solution to an issue, whether that be a solution to a HR issue, whether that be a solution to a technical issue. That is something, and when you see the solution implemented, whether it's in the part of a product, a design that is accepted by the customer, yeah. So that's something which brings a lot of energy back to me and gives a lot of motivation to work more.
Welcome to the Systems Edge. This is where we talk to leaders about their systems behind their businesses, and we try to uncover those blind spots that can maybe bring us all a little bit better ROI as we learn from these folks. Today, my guest is Vineet Shrivastava from Modutek. Thank you, Vineet, for being here today. Appreciate it.
Thanks, David. Thanks for having me here at your show.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you here. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to do this and share your, your nuggets. There's got to be some gold in your experience there somewhere that we can try to mine for people to be able to learn from your experience there. So why don't you start by telling our audience a little bit about yourself and your background? Maybe if you want to, you can go into your current role and maybe what a normal day looks like. But yeah, maybe not the LinkedIn version, more of just that conversation. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yep. No, David. Yeah, I will be happy to share that. Yeah, I'm the CEO of Modutek Corporation, and I joined Modutek approximately 2 years ago as a CEO of the company. So, yeah, bring some knowledge about the operations, and now, yeah, starting into my expanded role over here. I did start my career in the clean room in a company which was manufacturing the discrete semiconductor parts. So the company is called CDIL, but have traveled across this whole 360 ecosystem of the semiconductor manufacturing, from the discrete semiconductor manufacturing in the clean room to making a component and making I also worked at Schlumberger for some time for the energy meters division. I have had many firsts in my career. The first GSM TDMA phone that Siemens was making way back in 2000 with AT&T. And then, yeah, I joined Motorola, where we were making the first Razr phone at that point of time. I did had some experience with the technology introduction of 5G communication systems at Qualcomm, and then came back to my semiconductor clean room equipment manufacturing at Modutek. So at Modutek, we do manufacture the semiconductor manufacturing equipment, basically the wet process equipment. But in addition to semiconductor, we also serve a lot of industries, including the biotech industry, pharmaceutical industry, government and defense industry, mining, and a lot of other sectors. So yeah, happy to be here, and I will be happy to share my experiences, David.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's funny. I normally jump right into tell me what a normal day looks like for you, but a week or two ago, you got promoted from COO to CEO. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I don't know, I guess in asking that type of question, maybe when you were CEO, what did a normal day look like? Or maybe you already know now what the normal day looks like as a CEO. Maybe it didn't change much, but yeah, what does a normal day look like for someone in your role?
Yeah, so I think when you are at that level, it's much more managing everything from the higher perspective. You have to lead the whole organization, and you not only have to take care of your customers, your vendors, but also the manufacturing, be coordinating with your engineers, with your technicians, laborers, HR, legal, finance, almost everything, and to prioritize the things and juggle it. In addition to that, we also have to make sure that the revenue is coming in. We do have a capital to just execute the project for the foreseen future, and also yeah, make sure that our expenses are tight enough so that we can survive. So yeah, it's a very diverse set of activity. So whole day is divided into the different priorities between these tasks that I mentioned.
Hmm. Yeah, I can say when I was looking at your LinkedIn profile, I was noticing, and your company's profile, I was noticing you're a pretty front-facing person. I saw your pictures. You're at a lot of trade. You do a lot of trade shows. You're out there. You're
Yes.
not sitting behind the desk
Yeah.
all the time, anyways. That's for sure. So I
Yeah,
guess
actually,
that's.
that's what I have realized, that when you're out in the market, you are meeting with people. Yeah, your connections are the best one. The way you meet the people and also project to them about the solutions and how you can solve their pain point. That ultimately results in the revenue for the
Yeah,
company.
yeah, very good. What part of your work right now energizes you the most?
I think one of the things is to find out a solution to an issue, whether that be a solution to a HR issue, whether that be a solution to a technical issue. That is something, and when you see the uh, the solution implemented, whether it's in the part of a product or a design that is accepted by the customer. Yeah, so that's something which brings a lot of energy back to me and gives a lot of motivation to work more.
Hmm. Yeah, the most exciting part of your job, it sounds like, is yeah, process improvements and things like that.
That's
Which,
true.
yeah, absolutely. I know as a software development company, that's what we're about too. We just love that, just being able to squeeze ROI wherever you can get it, right? Yeah. Um, is there something your team is doing right now that you're really proud of?
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. So we have a I would say that very experienced and very thin team that is working on diverse set of solutions. If means right now we are working on a fully automated system for a semiconductor manufacturing company. This involves the full integration of the mechanical design, the electrical design, software, mechatronic, and also very experienced plumbing to go in the wet and chemical etching area. I am extremely proud of the team that is developing this solution. And also, I am very happy and blessed that I'm inheriting this kind of expertise as a leader of this company. Uh, the team here is developing, I think, enormous and very good engineered product
Mm,
over here.
mm, that's great. Good for you. Good for you. Then I'm sure that makes it a lot easier is to inherit something that you're not in there like having to solve a lot of problems right away or put out fires to get things whipped into shape. So it's good. Um, what are some of the key systems or platforms your business relies on? I would assume as a manufacturer, you've got some kind of ERP system um, mixed with a lot of different things, right? Business systems in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we do have a ERP system that we use for our inventory control, for our ordering, purchasing. It also takes care of our, I would say, HR systems also. So yeah, this is a pretty good, well integrated system that we have. And this is something where we also uh, store our bill of materials, incoming inventory, outgoing products. Yeah, so this is a pretty good and diverse system that we use. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good too. I know there's companies that I've worked with that have 100 to 200. I know this can be hard to believe for some people who are listening, but I think 1,000 person company that was still using Excel spreadsheets to run the entire companies. You know, not that you're bad if you are. They got that far, but it's good that you've got that integrated. So at this level.
Yeah, and this helps us a lot because over the course of 40 years, we have implemented the solutions for approximately thousands of companies,
Hmm.
and we do the repeat projects, but
Hmm.
majority of our projects are customized products,
Okay.
and
Yep.
we do gain experience and knowledge from the previous projects that our company has done. So yeah, implementing this kind of ERP system, that really helps us a lot in searching for the design and coming up with the codes and the design for the upcoming products.
Yeah. Is there any place in your business systems that are still disconnected, or are they all integrated pretty well?
Yeah, I think the front end part of it, which is uh, I would say that codes um, are something that is still disconnected. But
Hmm.
yeah, I'm just looking for a system to find out a way to also look into what we have done in the past and come up with some solutions for
Yeah.
making the codes too.
It's
Yeah,
actually a common place I've seen over especially custom manufacturing. That's the one place I hear that a lot. So it's kind of normal in a way, but it kind of depends heavily on that tribal knowledge, doesn't it? It's that or that one person, unfortunately, sometimes. Um, so is there any tasks that still live in spreadsheets just because it's easier at this point?
I think that, as I mentioned, the codes that live in the spreadsheet right now. But
Hmm.
other than that, majority of the things are
Oh,
integrated.
that's great. Good for you guys. Where do you? Um, So are there some reports that you rely heavily on? Then I guess how do you get those then? You is that part of the system, your ERP
Yeah, yeah,
system then
yeah.
too?
So
Yeah.
actually, from the reports perspective, yes, we do get a lot of financial reports that are automatically generated from the
Hmm.
systems.
Yeah.
So the income statement, balance sheet, all our inventory data, incoming, outgoing reports. A lot of these are generated. In addition to that, there are the engineering reviews that we do.
Hmm.
So as part of those engineering reviews, yeah, we do generate some manual reports out of those. Even though our engineering design is integrated and automated as part of the system, but the weekly reviews that we do, yeah, we do generate manual notes, manual um,
Hmm.
uh, reports out of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anywhere that you feel like maybe you're behind in terms of maybe either a business systems or a technology, or are you guys right at yeah, staying right on the cusp of that best you can?
Yeah. So I'm an engineer, and there is always a way to optimize
Yeah.
the
Yes.
things. So
Yes.
even though we may be feeling that we are very much optimized and best, but there is always a way. And actually, with this AI revolution that is going on, uh, I'm looking at the chance to um, basically optimize our overall operations little further. Yeah, exploring different kind of solutions. So in addition to, of course, Chat GPT or Gemini platforms that we use day by day, but yeah, I'm uh, yeah, exploring that what are the key areas that we can further optimize and what
Yeah.
AI solutions we can implement. Uh, and I think the next year, 2026, is going to be a key year in overall industry with in terms of the AI to optimize not only the operations but I believe we are going to see a lot of changes, and Modutech wants to also inherit a lot of changes that are going to go in the overall industry. So yes, with in terms of AI, we would like to automate a lot of things in our operations, in our marketing, quotation.
Mm.
We'll try to see how we can use it in manufacturing. But yes, I see a lot of hope, and we'll focus some of the initiatives next year
Yeah,
for
so you kind of see that as
improving.
where your
Yeah,
biggest ROI is going to come from is AI, some kind of AI integration automation. Yeah. That's another thing where it's all we hear. In fact, every time I do an interview, it's like AI ends up taking 10-minute conversation because it's just taking over, right? And you have to. So it's
yeah,
good.
it's
Yeah.
I say that it's an opportunity. It's an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, and uh, yeah, our employees, they have to start using these tools, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to increase our efficiency. Yes.
Mm-hmm. You guys have a formal plan or a formal way you're going about that? I know here we kind of have someone in charge who's periodically bringing our group together to discuss it. It's kind of like a, so I think those meetings are getting more and more often as more and more is happening. Um, do you have a formal plan, or is you still in that discovery mode, especially as CEO, I guess? Maybe that's still just a lot more discovery to be had right now with your new
Yeah,
role.
yeah. Means we are still in the discovery mode. We are trying to find out the areas. So right now, exploring the areas where we are going to be focusing for next year.
Hmm.
Identify a couple of initiatives, and then roll it out.
Sure, sure. I have a what I think is an interesting question. What would your team focus on if busy work dropped, say, 20%? Like what types of things would they focus on? Always think that's an interesting question. I don't know why I think it is. Maybe no one else does. I need to get more feedback on that. But that's kind of a way to sort of sometimes ask, what are the things that are on the back burners, maybe the important but not urgent kind of category.
Okay. So if I understand your question correctly, that if the busy work day drops by 20%, how the employees keep themselves busy?
Yeah,
Is
and
that
and what would they be? What would you want them to focus on? Like, what would be the focus for a for because we're always looking at the lens here of like a leader, like if their business fell off or they had to fill that gap, maybe it's more macro. What would be a good thing for them to focus on?
so? Actually, this is something which uh, we have not faced recently, because since we work in a very small team, and each of these engineers, they work on multiple projects.
Hmm.
We So far, what I have seen is that there are multiple projects assigned to an engineer, and our challenges are the priorities, that like which one should be the first priority, which one should be the second priority, or so. So if something drops, or we are waiting for, or our engineers are waiting for some uh, uh, like some project, I would say that some deliverable, and that project is on hold. Yeah, they already have 3 or 4 different priority 2, priority 3 activities to do. But on top of that, means one of the things that I encourage each of the members of the engineering team to do is that look for some areas of innovation,
Mm,
because
mm,
especially in this semiconductor area, we can means there is a lot of scope of innovation over here, automation and innovation.
mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah, we do encourage our engineers to yeah, while working, or it's whenever they have some time, to look for some new product ideas, new way to innovate. Means howsoever our current product is working, try to find out some optimized way, some new way to do that.
sure,
And
sure.
means this is not only for the engineers, even for the people who are managing our inventory control. I do ask
Yes.
them to look for the second source of the suppliers, just
Mm,
to cut the cost. Um,
right.
Yeah, even for our technicians, in my discussion with them, I do have the discussion about, okay, how we can optimize this thing. Means if we get a second pair of hands to work on
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
can we instead of making the schedule half, or if not half, at least 60% or 70%
Yeah.
optimized.
I like that. I like how you throwing challenges out to them and around this idea of innovate how to be more innovative, and then you're doing that at all levels. It's so that everybody's got that eye or that ear to the ground, so to speak, for that. So I know we work with a company that actually has their engineers work on the line. We're on a machine, and but with that goal in mind, just to be able to optimize and look at it through that lens. So that's really good. So, are you guys having any, because you deal with a lot of engineers, and I hear this with people who need engineers all the time. You're dealing with labor challenges like everybody else to find good engineers.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one of the existing challenges. So we do also um, uh, not only look for increasing the skill set internally, but also yeah, we are on a constant hunt for the good skill set. So
Yeah.
that has been a challenge. Yes.
Have you
Uh,
found any, a hack, so to speak, as to, and if not, I'll tell you one I just on my most recent interview what they're doing. But have you found a way to kind of tap some talent in different ways?
no, means we have had some kind of ways to do that. One is with the contract.
Hmm.
The other one is that probably part-time work to some existing people who are open to doing the part-time
Hmm.
job,
That's a good idea.
and that way we also get to learn the skill set of the people, and we get some more time to do our searching of the ideal
Yeah.
candidate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The ones that, actually it came up more than once in the last month was, this on the round, especially engineers, is there and this kind of seems obvious, but what they're doing is just tapping the universities and, the colleges, and trying to draw these, you know, guys sometimes encouraging them to maybe leave an engineering program after a couple of years and with the idea, "Listen, we will train you, and we will give you this experience, and you can go back to school later." Yeah, that's maybe that's they're speaking out of desperation too, but I do understand that it's tough out there. So,
Actually,
um,
we do have an internship program, so we do hire interns
oh,
and train them.
okay,
So,
yeah,
and yeah,
good,
depending upon the skill set, we do have plans to hire them
hmm,
also.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. I keep hearing in the works that um that there's these excuse me, the idea of putting together kind of these instead of a 4-year engineering program, it'll be a 2-year type situation where we can get because the demand's so great to be able to try to jumpstart people into their careers a little faster or through some sort of miniature training program and then let them get the on the job and maybe the culture will be forced to do that and and probably a worldwide problem I would guess. You probably know better than I would. I used to do international business, but I would think engineers around the world it's just because of technology, right? It's just technology is just driving so much stuff and requires that engineering. Is there anything that keeps you awake at 2 a.m. in the morning these days? That you're like, oh man, I got, because these are where you tap into people's real problems, what they're really thinking about. So when you ask that question,
No, no, I think uh, means at this level, the responsibility of uh, keeping the job secure for 50 people working in the company, uh, running the overall show, making sure that we have the constant supply of the finances to run the company. We have the constant supply of the customer projects, and means our backlog is still healthy. um, we do have like to make sure that we are competitive in the market with respect to not only our solutions but our pricing also. So yeah, there are a lot of numerous things um, that keep me awake. Yeah, in addition to that, means obviously we want to grow. So, and the global, we want to grow and have our global presence. So we do also plan to open another R&D center in
Oh,
other part of the world.
that's
So
great.
no, yeah, those geopolitical situations, geopolitical challenges. Basically, there are some of the things that we can do, we can control, where we can have our plans and the risk uh, and mitigation plans for those things. That's what we plan for and we execute. But the
Right.
unknowns that come as part of our growth plans are the ones which keep me worried, because somehow we have to also find out that what can be those unknown challenges that may come up, those risks that may come up, and if we will be able to tackle that. Because see, we are still a small business, and a small business is something that we have to work, we have to uh, grow within a framework of limited resources. And those
Mm.
limited resources can be the limited finances, limited engineering skill set, limited manpower, uh, plus uh, but with a huge ambition. So uh, yeah,
A
to
lot of
balance
things.
everything,
Yeah.
yeah, to balance everything, and also to probably prepare a plan for those unknown risks that may come up. Yeah, is something that that keeps me awake. Yeah,
Yeah. A lot of things. I don't know why I have this mental picture of you're like the chef in the kitchen who's got, this in this oven and something in this oven. And, you're trying to all get it all to come out on a plate and look perfect at the end of the day for your customer. And like, you're
yeah,
spinning a lot of plates.
that's true. That's true. And to it's not a like large organization where we you have responsible people for each and every job.
Right.
Still uh, operate like a startup, and we have to wear multiple hats and
Yeah.
keep juggling the balls based on their priorities.
Yeah, it's interesting when you're an entrepreneur and you're in a startup like I've been involved in over the years. You wear all the hats in the beginning because there's no one else to wear them. But sounds like it's evolved when you're CEO now. You go back to wearing a lot of hats just from a macro level. So that's yeah. Well, a lot to keep you awake at night. That's for sure. So lots of things if you really let it get a hold of you. So, um, do you have any advice for um, you know for I guess our audience is made up of a very, could be a vice president of operations, it could be a director of IT, it could be a lot of C-level executives. Um, but when it comes to in other operations, and it could point them towards operational excellence, but maybe something that you seen that they could maybe get a jump on early in a business or early in a career to really like, hey, make sure you really take a look at this. And it could be something, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but just any kind of general advice for our audience in terms of operational things to watch out for and look for.
Yeah. So one thing I would say that um, you know this um, there are enormous opportunities. There are enormous solutions that are existing. Yeah. You need to identify that what is your short-term goal, what is your long-term goal, uh, and try to find out the partners. You may not be expert in all the areas, but what makes you successful is to choose the right partner have faith in them, give them the correct amount of authority to work on your behalf. And also, the communication is the key. How you communicate your short-term goals to your partners, how you communicate your long-term goals to your partners, that's the key. And plus the follow-ups. So yeah, so that's what I have learned as part of the uh, operations over my career. And I think that is what is also the key to success. One thing is that communication, active communication. We should always maintain a channel of communication, whether it is a good news or a bad news, because um, I uh, would like to hear a bad news from my operations in a equally important way, as I would like to hear a good news.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the communication is the key. Um, Setting your goals is the key. Identifying the right partners is the key. So yeah, these are a few things.
Hmm.
And this is not only from the operations perspective; it's also from the career perspective. Yeah,
Hmm.
means that identify what are your short-term goals, identify what are your long-term goals, prepare a path for it, identify the partners who can help you in achieving your goal, have faith in them, communicate it to them, and work towards that. Yeah. So
Hmm. Hmm.
that's
That's great. Well,
yeah.
good. Well, this has been great today. I really appreciate you. Once again, thank you for being here today. It's been great. There's a lot of good nuggets in there, and I'm sure our audience will be blessed. Um, Hopefully they've got a few bullet points if they've been listening here, and they can some things they wrote down. So that'll help advance. And I'm a big believer, maybe you're too, this idea of a rising tide lifts all ships, and that's kind of why we do this. And I'm sure it's why you took time today, right? We're trying to lift all ships here. So thank you again. I really, really
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you, David.
Thank
Means it
you.
has been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. I'm going to hit the stop button now, and then we'll still be here. So sounds
Sure.
good.
Yeah.